The Navy is once again pushing back the schedule for completing critical work on the USS Gerald R. Ford, the first of a new class of aircraft carrier already billions over budget and months overdue. Navy Acquisition Chief James Geurts made the announcement today in Norfolk while standing in front of the second Ford-class carrier, the USS John F. Kennedy. That ship is slated to be christened later this year and head to sea 3 months early. While he wouldn't put a timeline on the work, Geurts said that the primary issue remains the new weapons elevators, which are powered by magnets instead of cables. They can haul thousands of pounds of munitions to the deck much more quickly than the older version on the Nimitz-class carriers. Only 2 of the 11 elevators are currently functional. Despite those deficiencies, the ship remains on track to leave port in October for further testing and evaluation, even as work on the elevators continues. The Ford was slated to end its 12-month dockside post-shakedown availability in July, a date that was pushed back to October earlier this year when it became clear the elevators would not be ready. The new delay puts Navy's Secretary Richard Spencer in a tough spot since he previously told President Trump that if the elevators were not fixed by the time the ship leaves to dock, the president can fire him. I asked him to stick his hand out. He stuck his hand out. I said, let's do this like corporate America. I shook his hand and said, the elevators will be ready to go when she pulls out or you can fire me. The elevators represent a real leap ahead in the technology. The Nimitz-class elevators move 10,500 pounds at 100 feet per minute. The Ford-class elevators lift 20,000 pounds of munitions at a rate of 150 feet per minute. The news also has the potential to spur another round of unwanted presidential tweets, as President Trump has railed against the Ford's electromagnetic aircraft launch system, EMLS, in a curious 2-year-long campaign against a capability the Navy says will launch planes more quickly than the steam catapults on the current Nimitz carriers. On Monday, Trump told sailors and Marines aboard the USS Wasp, positioned off the coast of Japan, that he wanted the Navy to use steam-powered launch catapults on future aircraft carriers. We're spending all that money on electric and nobody knows what it's going to be like in bad conditions, he said. So, I think I'm going to put an order when we build a new aircraft carrier. We're going to use steam. We don't need that extra speed.